Hello and welcome to Firearm Freedom. This is going to be another First Impressions video. In today's First Impressions video, we are taking a look at the Streamlight TLR1 that we have at home. It is the Braun Tactical Weapon Light, I believe. Regardless, it's the Harbor Freight Streamlight TLR1 knockoff. Let's take a look. And before we get this video started, as always, there are no sponsors right now for the channel, all right? So if you want to help me out, if you want to boost those numbers up a little bit, you can hit that subscribe button, you can comment down below, share the video around. Also, I have a B channel. I'm pushing this B channel so hard lately because I want it to grow. I really enjoy that B channel. It's called FF Lifestyle. There's a card up in the right-hand corner of your screen. Not really anything over there that's gun-related, but if you're tired of your feed looking the exact same when it comes to your subscriptions, I promise you there's a bunch of different content over there that you guys really might enjoy. So I would really appreciate you checking that out. A few of my buddies that I work with were like, dude, did you see the Harbor Freight TLR1 knockoff? I'm like, no, I did not. What is the deal? Harbor Freight's light company is Braun. It is literally a one-to-one of a standard TLR1, and this thing was coming in on their website at $49.99. If you haven't been following the TLR1s, the price has been going up on those like any other actual duty rated light these days. Is that worth it? Is it not? I don't really know anymore. I mean, if you compare it with an X300, all of these pistol lights are really starting to get to a point where, man, it's tough to see those prices. But I view a defensive pistol as needing to have a weapon light if you're going to be carrying it. I wouldn't not buy that product based off the price when those are the two gold standards. $49.99 was something that I had to take a look at. And a little bit of a spoiler alert, I was quite shocked that it held up. I don't want to support necessarily or give a bunch of kudos to a Chinese company knocking off a really cool Pennsylvania company's most popular light and coming into it at a fraction of a price. Now, if there's some sort of patent that ended on the TLR1, maybe that opens up the market, you know, a little bit of good old capitalism, but that's a blatant knockoff for sure. Second of all, I have noticed that these things are no longer available online. That's where I was able to get this originally. You also saw these in local stores, but now they're saying available in local stores only. And when I put in my zip code, it just simply says that they're going to be in stock soon. So I wouldn't be surprised if they got nailed with a cease and desist over this light because of how similar it is. It showed in the product photos that it did not have this shiny ring that's been a huge complaint over people with the TLR1 over the years. It absolutely does. Also, when it comes to holster fitment, I have a really poor example of a TLR1 holster that I use for testing. And when I say poor example, oh my God, do I mean poor example. So this is, this is a Blackhawk Omnivore holster that I just hacked off with a Dremel tool, and the reason why I did that is so that I could run suppressed pistols in this, more specifically my Ruger Mark IV with a light on the bottom of it, and this is actually spec'd out for a Streamlight TLR1. Now, of course, that's going to have a lot of leeway in maybe splitting open a little bit for other sized lights, but it did fit no problem. And I'm in the process of trying a few different holsters with this knockoff TLR1. So far, the beam distance is somewhat impressive. I'm not going to say that it's a crappy light, that it's like 2 lumens or anything like that. The beam style and distance and power and performance was, dare I say, very similar to the brand new HP-X TLR1 that I have been taking a look at from Streamlight. A review is going to be coming out from this very soon. It does have the same toggle switch on the back, so you have the ability to click and hold for momentary, or you can double click for strobe. And then also if you swap the other direction, it'll be constant and it'll click into place. I haven't been able to see if there's any modes. Also, specs on this light are super kind of not there on Harbor Freight's website. It doesn't have anything about candela. I don't even really remember seeing a great runtime. But what I can tell you guys is those batteries that come with this thing get very hot, much hotter than a standard light. When I was doing my testing in the area, the woods that I shine these lights at, and then also in my armory, it was noticeable. I mean, we're talking that video was maybe about 1 minute and 50 seconds long of raw footage of these lights being on, and the Streamlight product didn't even flinch at that. There was no felt heat at all. This thing just handled it like an absolute champ. And although, yes, the output was impressive, it felt extremely hot to the touch with just about 1 minute of runtime. I mean, it was like noticeably, shockingly hot for that small of an amount of runtime. So just kind of keep that in mind. Would I say this is any sort of like a duty light? I mean, time will tell. I just don't know that you're ever going to see the ability to get the testing and track record that a standard TLR1 has. Could it work for you if you only had 50 bucks to spare and you needed a weapon light really bad? Is it probably going to be fine in a defensive situation? Probably. Were you looking for a light in military law enforcement use that you were hoping was going to last 10 to 15 years? Would this be the light I would choose? No, I probably would not. How did it do with the drop testing? I did actually do drop testing with this light. I was running it the entire time on my good old Gen 1 M&P 9. Haven't seen one of those in a while, I'm sure. And on the drop test, it actually did really well. You can see minimal marks, nicks around the bezel of the light and the body of the light, but really nothing of note. It survived that like a champ, turned on every single time without any issues. So that, again, I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. It does come with a bunch of different inserts, and this here, this like knob on the side that you use to actually tighten the light onto the pistol itself. I don't know how well that's going to hold up. You can kind of see that it looks like it's made of that kind of Chinese pot metal sort of look that you see on a lot of different Amazon products. Now, that's a look thing for me. As we've seen in recent videos, maybe my look of metallurgy is not great, but what I mean there is it just looks like cheap metal, and you can see it's already getting marred up pretty good on that. So I would be very curious to see if you really torqued on that, how quickly it would break compared to a standard Streamlight. As far as fitment on the pistol, I really have not had any issues at all. It fits and feels exactly like a standard TLR1. It looks on presentation identical, but upon feeling it, you can kind of feel that it's maybe not the best. But again, it held up to the drop testing. So is that any indication of durability? I don't really know. I have no way of knowing if this is just going to short out, if it's going to have major issues until I get more hours on this light. I mean, at the moment, man, I don't even know that I have an hour on it, realistically, of just testing it around the house. So, with that being said, that's really going to be it for this video. I'm trying to be as critical as possible about this light. I know a lot of people are going to be buying these, and as my job as a reviewer, I wanted to maybe help some folks out that are considering buying this, and at least my findings so far. That is going to wrap up this video on the Streamlight TLR1 Harbor Freight knockoff. Let me know what you guys think of this light down in the comments below. Is it something you're interested in? Is it BS that they did it? I don't know. You be the judge. Let me know down in the comments. While you're down there, head up to the description for the different ways to support the channel. And as always, stay tuned for more great content coming soon.